What's up, ladies and gents? It's your boy Simple, and today we're going to be doing an updated video for a 5v1 survival horror game. Now, if you guys don't know what the game is called, it's called The Last Year. Not the, but Last Year. Now, if you guys are familiar with a little bit of Dead by Daylight, this game might be up your alley. Now, I was snooping around their website because I wanted to understand or get to know more about the survivors we're going to play with and the killers. I was wondering if there's a perk system, pretty much I'm trying to get more info on what we're going to be doing. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Now, the first survivor we're going to go over is Chad. Now, Chad is age 19, height 6'0", class is the assault. So that already confirms one of the theories that I had. Each survivor will have a certain niche or thing that they do well. Chad is a captain of a football team and has a reputation of being a bully and a party animal. That's interesting. Also, his interest is keg stands and bashing nerds. Each character in the last year has a special set of abilities that help keep the group alive. Okay. Chad is the assault class. He's able to defend the group and stun the killer with more powerful melee attacks. Now, I'm already excited because I play a lot of Dead by Daylight. And the fact that as a survivor, I'll be in the last year, I'll be able to actually attack the killer. That makes me really happy because in Dead by Daylight, I always feel hopeless, I'm just running around, throwing down pallets and trying to get out of there. Now, ladies and gents and boys, we actually could fight back. So I'm excited about that one. Now let's get on to the next one. Our boy, Troy. He's age 18, height 5'5", class is the support. Okay, interesting. Keg or interest is keg stands and nerd bashing. Troy is the support class and he's best friends and fellow teammates with Chad. He provides an additional attacking and combat protection for the team and also has a secondary ability to lay traps for the killer. Interesting. Our next survivor is Amber, age 17, height 5'10", class scout. In interest, shopping and makeup. Amber is Chad's girlfriend and the most popular girl in school. As the scout, she doesn't have a lot of strengths or attacking abilities, but she's extremely fast and able to spot traps and obstacles for other players. Okay. Next one, our boy Nick, age 15, height 5'5", class a technician, interest, computer hacking and lock picking. Nick is a computer and electronic wizard, and he's the president of the Chest Club. As the technician class, he's able to pick locks, repair phone lines, and hack the school's computer to help the group stay alive and escape. Now, that's cool because I was wondering, how do us as survivors win the game? Now, I guess we can confirm that there's a way to escape, and Nick will be the survivor that could help us with that. Now, I wonder if we're able to kill the killer, because like I said, you could use weapons in the game to fight back the killer, but I wonder if we could kill the killer. Now, if we're able to kill him, then there's another win condition in general, so that'll be something we're gonna have to keep our eyes on. The next survivor, or the final survivor, is called Samantha, age 16, height 5'8", class a medic, interest, her pet animals. Samantha is the most unpopular girl at East Side. She's secretly in love with Chad, but he doesn't even know she exists. She keeps a picture of him in her locker and dreams of the day when he'll finally ask her to prom. She spends her summers at camp where she learned first aid skills that make her the T medic class. Now, one thing I would like to know is that it's cool because there's a class for each player. And what I mean by that is, let's say you play MMOs, right? You have the healer class, you have the tank, you have the DPS, you have the range DPS. Pretty much you could, and all of this makes up a strong team, you know what I mean? So it's cool that there's something for everyone. Like if I like to heal, I could play Samantha. If I like to do a lot of damage or be in front of everyone's face, I could play Chad. If I like to lay down traps, I could play Troy. If I like to run out and scout, necessarily I might not be the one in the front lines with the weapon, but I like to scout things and give my team more information, I could play Amber. So that's really dope how they're. Oh, and also let's not forget about Nick. You know, he could hack stuff and keep the group alive and potentially escape. You know, repair phone lines. You know, there's a class for each player, and that's always a plus. You know what I mean? Now let's get into the killers. Our first one is called the Slasher. Now, if you guys haven't seen the Slasher's kind of gameplay, there was a kind of a teaser um, of the last year. You could check out my previous video or look up last year. They have a trailer up and they kind of showed the slasher's abilities. Now let's read what the slasher does, right? So he's age 52, height 6'5", class the assault, interest cutting stuff. There are three killers to choose from, and each killer has different abilities that help you hunt down your victims. The slasher is the crazed janitor from East Side High. His preferred weapons include machetes, axes, and even chainsaws. Wow, okay, so I'm excited about the chainsaw. In the trailer, I did see the axe being used, and that was badass as well. I haven't seen the machete, but well, that chainsaw though, I can't wait until I see something from that. That's gonna be crazy. He's the strongest and the fastest of the killers. Now that is true because I believe he has the ability where he could go stealth and kind of scout out what the survivors have, whether they have weapons to kill him, and he could, you know, set up either traps or something like that to a certain degree. So he seems like he's gonna be the overall, you know, doesn't excel at this, doesn't do bad at this type of killer. Pretty much the overall well-rounded killer is what I'm trying to say. The next killer is the Giant. Okay. Age unknown, height 6'9", class is heavy. Interest bashing stuff. The Giant is an escaped convict with a thirst for teenage blood. His abilities include grabbing players and throwing them across the level or against a wall. What? Okay, so he could displace the survivors. That would be interesting. He's strong and able to take a lot of damage. Now that's a plus because the survivors now could fight back. So being able to tank in all that damage could might it could might it can might be the win is what I'm trying to say. Win condition for this killer, you know, if you're able to take in all that damage, that could be something to look forward to. Um, but he's slower and less agile than the Strangler and the Slasher. So I guess that's his downfall. He's slow. Interesting. And we get to the final killer, the Strangler. Age unknown, height 5'8", class scout. Interest strangling stuff. Makes sense. The Strangler, right? The Strangler is a deranged hobo that likes to strangle his victims with his bare hands. As the Strangler, you're able to dash and grab a victim. Once grabbed, you could kidnap the player and drag them away to another location. Now I'm interested about that because I wonder how many levels are going to be in the school, whether there's 3 levels. So I wonder if you're going to be able to grab someone and either put them on a different floor or, you know, entirely put them in a different location. So that could be pretty cool. Um, he also dragged them away to another location, forcing the other players to decide whether to come to the rescue or save themselves. Interesting. So he's gonna kind of give the survivors like an option. Like, you know what I mean? You could either try to save him or you could pretty much try to save yourself. Interesting. All right. So I guess with all of that being said, I am excited to see what this game has to offer. Already, I'm liking what I see. The different classes, the assault, the or the different survivors. You got the support Troy, you got your assault Chad, You got Amber, the scout, the fast one. You have Nick, the technician, and you have Samantha, the medic. And you have your three different killers that these survivors are going to be able or be able to play against. So with that being said, if you guys want to keep up with the game yourselves, I will leave a description or a link to the website. And if I get any more information, I will post an updated video to bring out anything I can. Like I said, I cannot wait to see what this game has to offer. And with that being said, ladies and gents, this is your boy Simple, and we out.